for designing a survey, screening questions are your friend. What is a screening question? A screening question is something that you ask first in order to decide if someone should answer the following questions, or what questions someone should answer next. Let's look at an example. So this question popped up for me on Instagram. In the corner, it said brand survey. And the question is, how would you describe your overall opinion of Southern New Hampshire University? And I've heard from people in branding that this is a common thing companies want to know. Do people tend to think about them favorably or unfavorably? Favorably is not my favorite term because it's kind of a complicated word, but they're basically do you think good things about our company or do you think bad things about our company? And I get why they might want to know that. However, I don't have an opinion on Southern New Hampshire University because I don't know anything about it. And so here's what people in my comments are going to say. Just click neutral. Y'all, that's a problem because me saying my opinion on Southern New Hampshire University is neutral could mean, yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't really think it's good or I don't really think it's bad. I'm just in the middle, right? That would be having a neutral opinion. If I click neutral, what I'm saying is, yeah, I don't know what that place is. Are those the two same data points? No, they're not. This question needs a screener, and the screener could be as simple as, have you heard of Southern New Hampshire University? Yes, no. They could be more complicated and say how familiar are you with Southern New Hampshire University? And it could be very familiar, somewhat familiar, a little familiar, not familiar at all. And in either of those instances, if I clicked no, if I clicked not familiar at all, you don't need to ask me this question. And you have really good data. You have data that's wow, we put this question in front of 100 people and 80 people don't even know who we are. That's helpful data. More helpful than putting this question in front of everyone and trying to interpret if neutral means that they're they're fine, or hey, I've never heard of you. They're paying Instagram to run this survey. If it's oh, well, I can't afford to pay for 2 questions, fine. Add an option F that says, I have not heard of Southern New Hampshire University. Done. Ask better questions. In this instance, you are literally paying to run a survey. It's because you want the data. You need that information for something. For the love of God, make sure you are getting good information. Honestly, y'all, Instagram should offer a feedback thing where they're hey, this is a bad question. It's not getting you good information. Let us suggest some alternatives to you that would be higher impact, that would get you good data. Ask better questions. Better questions, better data, better decisions.